Bonjour, buongiorno, boa tarde, buenas tardes, good afternoon. Today we're going to do something a little different. So our topic for today is explain like I'm 5. And hopefully my unofficial co-host can help explain like we're 5 years old. And if not, we'll dig in and see what actual human beings are saying and stuff like that. So this is going to be a little different. So bear with me. Let me know if you guys like this or not. But here we go with our first question with 7,163 upvotes. Alexa, how do some websites hijack my back button and keep me on their site until I've hit back 2 or 3 times?
Here's something I found on the web. According to wikipedia.org, email attachments and files downloaded through suspicious websites and torrents are common tactics.
Oh, we're not getting off to a good start. Oh man. Okay, so as far as the human response is concerned, the score is hidden, but this user Tangelino, it's really simple. When you go to www.annoyingsite.com, it sends back some instructions telling your browser, hey, we moved. Go to www.2.annoyingsite.com. Your browser listens and goes to the new address and updates where your back button takes you to the original address of the annoyingsite.com. Then when you push the back button, the website responds with, hey, we moved message again. Like, these are called redirects. They're usually responsible and their intended purpose for when the website really does move something, but there are plenty of bad actors that want to keep you on their site. Okay, then he put an edit. He said, most folks saying this is technically wrong are correct. All or most of modern browsers will not add the 30 plus redirects to the back button. This is also the case for the meta refresh. I was trying to keep it simple and give a general idea on the interaction between web pages and the browser. Not too quick crash course on hypertext transfer protocol, response codes, JavaScripts, or application program interfaces. Okay, that's very interesting. So that didn't really go the way I was anticipating, but let's see what happens with our second story, which has 3,585 upvotes. Alexa, why do we make bullets out of lead instead of a harder metal like steel?
Here's something I found on the web. According to undirt.org, we like lead bullets because they're more accurate.
That was very simple and very precise. I was very impressed. Thank you so much. We're not going to go into the human factor unless you think we should, but I think we'll save that for when she is just off the mark, to say it politely. Okay, with our following story, with 311 upvotes. Alexa, when the moon broke off from the Earth, why did it separate instead of fall right back down because of the Earth's gravity?
Here's something I found on the web. According to c.edu, the moon was birthed from the Earth, a blob of molten rock sent spiraling off into space in the aftermath of a massive collision 4.5 billion years ago.
Alexa, how did the moon start orbiting Earth?
Here's something I found on the web. According to cyberlenica.org, the moon has been orbiting through the Earth's magnetotail, immersed in it for about 4 days every month.
Okay. Alexa, why does the moon orbit Earth instead of being attracted straight to Earth's direction?
Here's something I found on the web. According to wikipedia.org, the moon differs from most satellites of other planets in that its orbit is close to the ecliptic plane instead of to its primaries, in this case, Earth's equatorial plane.
Okay, wonderful. It was a very long question, section question, and I thought she did okay. With our following story, it doesn't have enough, it's not showing the upvote counter, but that's okay. Alexa, how the Itcher artificial sun is going to be refrigerated.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, how is the ITER artificial sun going to be refrigerated?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's only 4 comments, so we'll see. We may strike out with her and with the humans. So let's see what's going on. This is not going how I planned, and this is really interesting. Okay, let's see. So I'm assuming this is the high. There's only 4. So it says, so ITER is making an artificial sun in the sense that they are trying to replicate the nuclear fusion which happens in our sun. But it's going to be nearly as large as our sun, of course. And this means containing its heat will be easier. Think about a light bulb. Its filament can reach up to 4,500 Fahrenheit or 2,482 Celsius. And yet the bulb itself isn't anywhere close to that hot. Similarly, the reactor has a relatively small amount of material that is actually fusing and reaching those temperatures. The solution for cooling the reactor is a water cooling system, where water picks up the heat and is cooled through evaporation towers. This kind of cooling solution is used in a manner of applications. For example, the classic curved towers of a nuclear power plant are actually those water cooling towers. That was a good answer. I like that. Cool. All right, you guys. Our following story is not showing the upvotes, but that's fine. Alexa, how can the major American telecom companies afford to sell new iPhones at such discounted rates?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're on record, by the way, for what you are choosing to answer, what you're deciding not to answer, or what you claim you don't know how to answer, so. Oh, wow. The carriers make you sign a contract promising to keep their service for some number of years. The amount of profit they'll make from you over that time is far more than the discount they give you on the phone. That makes sense, for sure. That makes a lot of sense. So you see, well, I'm not keeping score, but the humans are bailing you out, Alexa. Our following story. Alexa, how do we have immensely powerful cameras, but security cameras are so garbage?
I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I think it was the way it's worded. Oh. Security cameras tend to run 24 hours a day. If they recorded at high frame rates and high resolution, there would be no amount of storage big enough to hold the video. And I think that has a lot to do with it. By recording at lower frame rates and lower resolution, the video is tiny, which means it's easy to store, or it doesn't take up as much storage. There you go. That's a great answer. Cool. Cool. And our following story doesn't have upvotes. Alexa, how do antibiotics weaken your immune system if they are meant to fight off infections? Oof, great question.
This might answer your question. According to Mayo Clinic, treatment for infectious diseases might include antibiotics, antivirals, antifungals, and antiparasitics. Antibiotics are for infections caused by bacteria. Antivirals treat the viruses that cause HIV and AIDS, herpes, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and the flu. Antifungal medications are applied to skin or nail infections caused by fungi.
Oh my God.
Fungal infections, like those affecting the lungs, are treated with an antifungal taken by mouth. More severe internal organ fungal infections might need antifungal medications given through a vein. Antiparasitics treat diseases, like malaria, caused by parasites.
Oh my God. Anyways, I think, yeah, I mean, whatever. All right, so as far as the human response is, imagine dropping a bomb in a battlefield. Even if it's an ally bomb, it'll still kill the people on your side. Antibiotics are similar. They attack and kill microorganisms, but they kill both harmful and neutral or beneficial flora in your body, while also doing damage to cells of your immune system. Since they're made of similar stuff, I'm no microbiologist though. If anything is wrong here, please anyone feel free to correct me. That's cool. Not everyone is always so open-minded and stuff, so I appreciate that response. Another one I'll read real quick. They're meant to kill bacteria. Your body has trillions of bacteria in it, and that's totally normal. Antibiotics don't know what an infection is. They just kill whatever bacteria they're able to kill. Killing off a ton of your good bacteria messes with your body, and that makes a lot of sense, and I really, really like that. So, again, see how the humans are, I don't It is what it is. All right, our following question. Alexa, how do radio DJs always seem to manage to finish their sentences just before the vocals of a song starts?
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, I know. Well, look. No, I'm not going to. My opinion's not important. But I am interested to see what the human take is. Okay, here we go. I like this. I worked in radio about 15 years ago. Here's what I remember from a live environment. Back then, each song was displayed in front of us on a monitor. The top half of the monitor showed us what was currently playing, what was blocked to play next, and the time cues we needed to hit. The bottom half of the monitor showed the wavelengths of the current song. Quiet parts of the song were little skinny wavelengths. Loud parts were big, chunky wavelengths. At the song's intro, when the song is quiet and the wavelengths are small, the DJ lowers the song volume, may raise their microphone volume, and begins to speak. The key was to watch when the wider wavelengths were starting to come, and you knew how quickly you needed to bail on the intro. Once the song kicks into higher gear, the DJ raises the volume of the song back to regular levels, mutes his microphone, sits back for a few minutes while the song plays. That was way better than I could have tried to break down and stuff. So great answer. Love it. Okay. Our following story only has 7 upvotes. So I guess this is not a very popular subreddit. But anyways, Alexa, what makes something have an aftertaste? That was fucking weird.
Here's something I found on the web. According to wiseajik.com, diet soft drinks made with sugar substitutes may have an aftertaste.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I can't speak on the audience's behalf, but let's see what the people have been on a roll. I love it. Okay. So, as this user submitted, some tastes are overpowering and others are more likely to linger for extended periods. Some may also be affected by air or your saliva. Different flavors and the same item may behave differently. Nice. That was the only comment, so interesting. Our following story is not showing any upvotes, but I'm gonna throw you another curveball. Alexa, why do nutrition labels always have 2 cookies?
Here's something I found on the web.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, why do nutrition labels always have per 2 cookies, per 5 biscuits? Why not have the nutrition per 1?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it was worded kind of tricky. So I'm not surprised you stumbled on that, or you don't want to. Anyways, okay, here we go. So we're going back to the humans. U.S. and Canadian food labeling regulations require labeling per serving size. So if a serving size is 2 cookies, because that's what the food industry wants you to eat, has determined is what their goal target consumers considering serving size, does not violate nutrition guides in terms of, say, fat or sugar intake. They'll give you the value per 2 cookies. European ones require per 100 gram/milligram and total per package, and is generally used across many places in Africa and Asia too. There you go. Humans, you still haven't replaced humans yet, sweetheart. All right. Our following story has 7 upvotes. Alexa, how does one data mine?
Here's something I found on the web. According to freepatentsonline.com, the data lines each include the same number of bit areas, the bit areas being contiguous and of approximately uniform height and width.
Wow, okay. So now we're going to return and see what the humans have to say. Sometimes there are more included in the game files than used in the game. If, say, a new character was going to be added to the game, that character's art might be packaged into the game to get ready for the release, even when they're not actually visible in the game yet. Data mining is just digging through the game files and looking for interesting things like that. That's a good analogy, and they use gaming, and why not? I think it's very appropriate considering our background. So our following story with also 7 upvotes. Alexa, Why are the largest cities in Europe inland when the largest cities in America are coastal?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Init.org, the largest cities in southern Europe are economic and cultural hubs founded on ancient trade routes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll give you that one. We'll give you that one. Okay, our following story is not showing the upvotes, but Alexa, how can pi never repeat a pattern? Ooh, that's a good question.
Here's something I found on the web. According to scienceblog.com, mathematicians and engineers at the University of Utah have teamed up to show how ultrasound waves can organize carbon particles in water into a sort of pattern that never repeats.
Interesting. I did like that, but you know what? We're gonna throw this in there too because we're gonna challenge. I wanna challenge and challenge her answer and see what people have to say. You've misunderstood a bit. Repeating pattern doesn't necessarily mean that the pattern never shows up again, just that it doesn't regularly do so. So pi might well have 6, 7, 8 in multiple places, but it's never going to settle into a pattern where the rest of the digits are 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 6, etc. Great answer. I like it. Let's go. What else? Okay, our following story has 5 upvotes. Alexa, what does it mean if someone has perfect pitch?
Here's something I found on the web. According to RamseyVoice.com, having perfect pitch means being able to identify any musical tone just by hearing it.
Okay, yes. Okay, awesome. You guys, this has been really interesting. Our following story has 8 upvotes. Alexa, how did Earth start rotating along its axis? Great question.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, how did Earth start rotating along its axis?
Here is an answer I translated from goodphrase.net. The primal power of the cosmos. Atoms also rotate, just like planets. It is the same in both small and large sizes. Why should it stop turning? There are no brake discs that stop it and no other friction that can slow it down.
Actually, that is interesting. I'm glad I repeated that question. I was about to give up on you. That is interesting. I do like that. But to be, cheeky yank, we're going to go ahead and read the human response as well. Well, it didn't start. It was there to begin with. Take a cloud of dust and gas, all the particles of which are moving every which way. For each measure, its motion relative to the center of the cloud. Part of that will be around the center, and them all together, and the cloud has a net spin around the center. It's angular momentum. When gravity pulls the particles together in the center, the new planet will keep that, and it'll become obvious, like a figure skater pulling in her arms. Nice. Now I want to do something really quick. Alexa, can you define angular momentum?
Angular momentum is usually defined as the product of the moment of inertia of a body about an axis and its angular velocity with respect to the same axis.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Cool. Here we go. Our following story only has 3 upvotes. Alexa, what makes the Polyexclusion Principles work, and how do we know it's real?
Here's something I found on the web. According to masterorganchemistry.com, the Polyexclusion Principle, this is the fundamental principle of quantum mechanics, which asserts that 2 or more identical fermions, particles with half-integral spin, cannot simultaneously be in the same quantum state.
Awesome. Great answer. And let's go ahead and, I want to be cheeky. Let's see what the humans have to say. It is verifiable by experiments. Awesome. I love that's how they started their statement. Of course, this requires you to define what you mean by verifiable by experiments. Pauli came up with the exclusion principle as a way to explain what he was seeing in his descriptive. It is descriptive, not prescriptive. Prescriptive. What? Perceptive. Prescriptive. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I can English sometimes. Our following story is not showing the upvote counter. Alexa, from a scientific chemical point of view, what causes our brain to constantly think of problems?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Well, unfortunately, this was submitted an hour ago, and it doesn't even have any comments or upvotes, which is fine. So let's try it again. Alexa, what causes our brain to constantly think of problems?
Here's something I found on the web. According to mentalhealthdaily.com, the problem with depression is that it taps the emotional center of our brain and makes us think illogically.
Now, I didn't say depression, but I'm glad. I would think that there is some correlation. Definitely. Okay. Our following story is not showing the upvote counter, but Alexa, how is it that amino acids can create proteins?
Here's something I found on reference.com. Amino acids are used in the human body to make proteins which help the body grow, repair body tissue, and break down food. Amino acids help with muscle control, build muscle tissue, and protect the body degree as nervous system. They also increase the production of growth hormones in the body such as testosterone.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That was a great answer. Okay, our following story has 3 upvotes. Alexa, why do things that load usually stop when they reach 99%?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Oh man, I don't prevent any of this stuff, and it's this. I mean, we're browsing together, and I mean, this is my genuine reaction. This is not rehearsed or anything like that. So the human response. Let's see if they can take it away. The cursor is a wild guess of the real percent of loading. Also, if the last action is related to the loading, like sticking all the file you just downloaded together, one bug can make the program plan it at the least moment. It's not the last percent, but the last thing to do. Interesting. I like that. I had never heard explained it like that, but that is very interesting. Okay, our following story has 9 upvotes. Alexa, is there any limit to how large or heavy we could theoretically make an airplane?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
It's pretty simple. I'm surprised you... We'll try it again. Let's try it again. Alexa, how large or heavy could we make an airplane?
This might answer your question. The average length of airplanes is 62.5 feet.
Well, that's cool. Thanks. I think we're gonna have to go to the humans. Humans. Let's see what the humans have to say. Here we go. How big could we theoretically make a plane? Hard to tell. Size increases challenges. But we can't tell if these challenges are solvable until we try it. The most important thing is the cube square law. If you just scale the design up, the weight grows by a power of 3, but the wing area only by a power of 2. So wings have to grow much more than other parts to be able to fly, to be stronger and all, And at some point, they become so long, they become unstable with materials available right now. We do have some experience with wind turbines, though, which have massive blades that face very similarly challenges. Okay. Lastly, is safety and different for a large plane compared to a smaller one, or is safety arbitrary to size? New design, new safety challenges. And the larger you get, the more new design elements you end up using. Size itself doesn't matter much. Great answer. I love that. Okay. We're almost out of here, you guys. We're down to the last, 5 stories? So our next story with 4 upvotes. Alexa, how did automobile speedometers work before computers? Great question.
A response from an Amazon customer about Soon Go Bike speedometer says, it's an easy install, just follow directions, took me less THFF in 5 minutes.
God. Hey Alexa, how do analog speedometers work?
Here's something I found on the web. According to panorama.net, a typical 1x2-way splitter splits the input signal to two output, maintains 75 ohm impedance on all connections, and attenuates the video signal typically 4 to 6 decibels. 1x4-way splitter works in the same way but has 4 outputs and attenuates the signal 7 to 9 decibels.
Decibels, whatever. Tomato, potato. So we're gonna go with the humans, and this is definitely what I'm looking for. There were gears in the transmission that drove a flexible shaft that ran to the speedometer. Inside the speedometer, the shaft turns a magnet. The indicator needle was attached to a metal disc held at 0 by a very light spring that would be forced away from 0 the faster the magnet turned. You see? Yes, see? And we're not keeping track, but I think the humans are picking up your slack. I don't know what's going on, sweetheart. Anyways, our following story with 4 upvotes. Alexa, what's Hall sensor?
According to Wikipedia, a Hall effect sensor is a type of sensor which detects the presence and magnitude of a magnetic field using the Hall effect. The output voltage of a Hall sensor is directly proportional to the strength of the field. It is named for the American physicist Edwin Hall. Hall sensors are used for proximity sensing, positioning, speed detection, and current sensing applications.
Alexa, what is a crankshaft position sensor?
Here's something I found on the web. According to wikipedia.org, a crank sensor is an electronic device used in an internal combustion engine, both petrol and diesel, to monitor the position or rotational speed of the crankshaft.
There you go. Awesome. There you go. I'm very satisfied with that part. Thank you so much. Our following story was 6 upvotes. Alexa, why are so many corporations fixated on short-term gains and seemingly ignoring that it wouldn't work for so many others?
I don't have an answer for that.
Alexa, why do corporations focus on immediate short-term gains?
Here's something I found on the web. According to leonardocompany.com, the pace of the contemporary economy often forces companies to focus on how to generate profit in the short term, sacrificing long-term issues.
There you go. Good answer. Okay. Our following story with 7 upvotes. Only 2 more to go, you guys. Alexa, what makes coconut and olive oil better than vegetable oil?
Here's something I found on the web. According to chicagotribune.com, coconut oil has a unique flavor and is best consumed in small amounts, as a periodic alternative to other vegetable oils like olive or canola that are rich in unsaturated fat.
There you go. Well, I like the way coconut oil tastes. I like the way olive oil tastes. And yeah, it's healthier. There you go. Heard it here first. Anyways, with our final story, with 57 upvotes. Alexa, why does cheese come in a wheel shape?
Here's something I found on the web. According to motherroofliving.com, pressing gives the cheese the traditional wheel shape and readies it for aging.
Okay, you guys, I've been a little distracted because I didn't realize this, but this wasn't the video I wanted to click, so I'm actually not even sure. This is the part where we decompress. Man, we've been going at it for a little minute. It's a little bit longer than normal, and I apologize. State of Decay, no wonder. This wasn't the one that I wanted to click. I'm not familiar with this. It does seem like a zombie survival thing, and I mean, that's why I kept turning and looking, because I was like, this wasn't what I clicked, but it seems cool. I don't know, I guess, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and having said that, we're gonna go over here, and this is CSGO. I've played Counter-Strike since, Half-Life 1. I forgot which one of the beta versions. It ended with 1.6, and then now everyone's, on CSGO. And I haven't been watching the matches. I did catch little glimpses and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys saw some great plays, some great, some good strats, some good, moves and stuff like that. It's very competitive. I love this game. If you guys have not checked this game out, I can recommend this game because I've played the old one and this one right here. Not in a tournament setting. I'm not good or anything like that. But yeah, this is the one I can't necessarily personally recommend. I have no experience with this. I had no idea what I was even looking at first. But you guys, one last one. Let's see. Fire and Ice. And with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it. Y'all know the drill. Go fit yourself. Thank you so much for the privilege of your time. I love all of you guys.